Shane, you want to ask Darren about Spurs and Ivan Toney, is that right?
Hey, Shane.
Yeah. Hi, Darren. No, Darren, I'm a Liverpool supporter. Why didn't Tottenham buy him? He would have been ideal to bring on Solanke. He would have solved your problem.
Well, you know what? Before he went, obviously, to Saudi Arabia, before Spurs signed Dominic Solanke, for me, it was a toss of the coin. Who, if he went Ivan Toney or Dominic Solanke, I would have been happy with either. I think with Solanke, he's a couple of years younger. I think he fits more into the mould of Ange Postecoglou in terms of his high press, his work rate, whereas Toney is very much an out-and-out goal scorer, and he's a big character, he's a leader of the team. But it has to be said, Spurs haven't got £400,000 a week to pay Ivan Toney. I think that's one of the key factors why it wasn't going to happen.
Right, okay. Because for me, if Spurs don't be careful, your Dutch player that you have there, he ain't going to be there because I can see him going elsewhere.
Who's that, sorry?
Bergveld? Yeah. Van der Berg, he won't be at Spurs for long.
Van der Ven.
Oh, Van der Ven. Van der Ven.
Yeah, Van der Ven, yeah.
Well, you know him?
I've met him a couple of times.
He told you, has he? He's told you that. He's going to leave.
No, guarantee me.
Shane, fascinating stuff. Thank you so much for your call on that today.
We've got some breaking news there. Van der Ven is leaving, by all accounts.
Shane, thank you very much for your call. 3717 2233 44 if you would like to have your say. Fair enough, though. Ivan Toney, I thought, would have gotten that call from Spurs. I mean, also would Brentford have let him go for 50 million to a London rival? I don't really know if you can call them rivals in a way, but would that have
I don't think that. I think there'd have been tax, Premier League tax, English tax, of course, if Spurs went in, if Arsenal went in, Chelsea, whoever it may be, Manchester United. I think he would have fit into any team, to be honest. And as I said, it was a toss of the coin for me, who I would want to have at the club. Spurs have gone with Dominic Solanke, so I'll give that my 100% backing. If it was Ivan Toney, I would have backed that. But you can't. For me, I've been away, as you know, to Orlando, and this happened while I was away. His move to Saudi Arabia, and I went on social media and I looked at some of the reactions, and I just think, come on, this guy's 28. He's not England's number 9 at the moment. He may not even be number 2 to Harry Kane with Ollie Watkins, and he's taken the money he's taken, generational wealth, and people are questioning this. I mean, come on. I wish I was playing in the era today, and I would be on to my agent saying, get me to Div 2 in Saudi Arabia. Just
for the money. For
the money, yeah. I can only speak for me. I can only be honest.
I appreciate that honesty.
I didn't win trophies in my career, so I can't compare any. Would I have taken trophies to money? But if I think logically, I'm 40 years old now, I've got 5 kids, I've got a family. It's money over trophies, and it would have been for me, I feel, to set my family up for life. It would have been. So
you feel this was Ivan Toney's decision?
I think so, yeah. I think absolutely. What they saying, he was on 50 grand maybe at Brentford after tax deductions, probably 25-20, which is a tremendous wage. And I may get stick from people in the modern world, it's ludicrous for me to say, well, that's not enough. But in the world of football, that's a real low wage for a top centre forward. So, as I said, he's 28. Does he care about legacy more than money? What's his legacy going to be? Is he going to oust Harry Kane as a number 9 for England? No, in my opinion.
But possibly, Darren, possibly that could have happened had he have stayed in the Premier League, maybe waited another year at Brentford and then got a move elsewhere.
I still think it wouldn't. I think if you look logically, as a football player, you'd know yourself that, am I going to be the main man for years to come for England? No, I think the answer to that is.
So you just think it's Ollie Watkins then?
I think it's Harry Kane. Then it would be Ollie Watkins or Ivan Toney.
We have seen a dip now from Harry Kane. I mean, he's spoken to the press. He did say he wasn't nearly half his best at the Euros.
We see a dip with England. We didn't see a dip with him in his club level. He broke all records at Bayern Munich.
But we're talking about England. So if Ivan Toney...
But we see a dip in Ivan Toney. I mean, I know he had his ban, play. But he come back 17 games, I think, got 3 or 4 goals. He was left out of Brentford at the end of the season. We see a dip in Ivan Toney. But you talk about Ollie Watkins, we didn't see a dip in him.
No, of course.
So I'd have him as number 2.
Exactly that, but he's injured at the minute. So how long does that play a part on the England squad or the England manager's plans? I mean, 2026, when that rolls around, if Ivan Toney could have been number 9 for England to go ahead and potentially win a World Cup, that would surely mean no more than money bags in football. Or is that just from a fan's perspective?
I don't know. I think the World Cup, if you win a World Cup, if you go when you're 50, 60 years old and you've got a World Cup medal, but you're broke, I don't think that would mean as much. Now, in the media, people might say, yeah, 100%, I'd rather have a World Cup. But it's money over trophies. And I think a lot of footballers would potentially feel the same. And that sounds awful to say, but I'm someone who didn't win a trophy in my career. So I get to the age of 40 now, trophies mean nothing because I didn't win one. Money would have meant more, of course, to stabilise my family. As when I look at my kids now, if I look my great-grandkids and they wake up and they say, well, Mum and Dad, why are we born into wealth? Because great-granddad once decided that against the legacy, but he wanted to earn money to set his future generations up. They would not go, oh, it's a shame he didn't get an England cap or a trophy. They'd be like, fantastic, we've got money.
On AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.